Tonight at 6 starts with breaking news.
And that breaking news from the Bridgewater College campus, where authorities confirmed 2 campus security officers are dead following a shooting there. The officers were just identified as John Painter and J.J. Jefferson. No word tonight on what led up to that shooting. The entire campus in the town of Bridgewater were placed on lockdown as a manhunt ensued for the gunman.
The suspect was captured about 45 minutes after the shooting. This dramatic photo from Daniel Lynn at the Daily News Record showing officers with their guns drawn and a suspect laying shirtless on the ground.
We have team coverage of this tragedy at Bridgewater College, a tiny private school of around 1,500 students just outside of Harrisonburg.
We'll begin live with AJ Nwoko in Bridgewater tonight. AJ, I'm sure the community understandably upset tonight.
Yeah, very much so. It was already bad enough when we heard that there was this shooting, and now this campus is just heartbroken after learning that 2 officers who are very integral to the heart of this community have been killed. I want to tell you a little bit about them. Those officers, campus police officer John Painter and campus safety officer J.J. Jefferson. We're learning that J.J. Jefferson was just recently got married, and his best friend John Painter, the other officer, was actually his best man in the wedding. According to people on campus and to this whole community, they were known as the dynamic duo. So their loss is definitely going to leave a big gaping hole right here in this in this college here. Again, a report for those shots rang out at 1:20 p.m. After that, the suspect fled the scene, and a campus-wide manhunt ensued. Campus police, Virginia State Police, and a myriad of other law enforcement agencies were all searching the campus for this individual. They were taken into custody just before just after 1:55 p.m. But I want to let you hear from one of the students who was there near the shot as soon as they rang out. He tells us about these 2 officers and what they meant to him. Take a look.
Everywhere you turn, you can see them either around the streets, in academic buildings, or even in the dining hall, just sitting down and having lunch with us. They're always around there, whether it's for an emergency or just to have someone to talk to.
Again, just heartbreaking. We've spoken with several students now following the identities of those 2 officers being released. And again, as we said, right now there is just an unimaginable wave of grief coming over this community. The college does say that they will get through this together, but it will take some time. Again, there's still a very active investigation happening behind me. Police are combing through everything, trying to figure out exactly what led to this shooting. So we'll be sure to be here for the very latest for you guys coming up later this evening. That'll do it for us now, live at 6 at Bridgewater College. AJ Nwoko, NBC 12.
Yeah, a lot of questions still need to be answered. Thank you, AJ. Officers swarmed the campus of that small college this afternoon, getting the suspect into custody about 35 minutes after the first shots were fired, as AJ mentioned. And tonight, we're slowly piecing together a picture of what happened while that person was still on the loose. KARINA BOLSTER is live outside State Police headquarters with that part of our team coverage. KARINA?
Well, Kurt, this is very obviously an active investigation being held in conjunction with Virginia State Police, but we are now just getting audio from Rockingham County dispatchers right after this reported shooting. And I do want to reiterate, this is audio from just after that shooting was reported to dispatchers. Take a listen.
Floyd Hall, 403 East College Street, 5 shots fired, 2 suspects down on the ground. 2 security officers have been shot, 1 possible priority 4, and 1 is moving. They're attempting to question officers that are alive, unknown where the shooter ran. Sheriff's officers are out.
Now, that incident certainly causing alarm for many folks, including parents back here in the Richmond area. I spoke with Andre Freeman, whose daughter is a sophomore at Bridgewater College. Here's what he had to say about this situation.
You come to expect things at the larger schools, larger metropolitan areas, but to hear something like this occur in a small town like Bridgewater, I mean, that was just crazy, insane. Texted the family about 1:20 to let us know that there was a shooter on the campus and that she was preparing to go in lockdown. And her professor at that point instructed them to go into a classroom, and they, of course, locked the door and they barricaded the door.
Now, Freeman, thankful his daughter was safe throughout this whole ordeal. But when I talked to him, at this point, we didn't know about the 2 officers who were killed in this shooting. And what he told me at that time was he couldn't thank the officers enough for doing their job to try and protect the students, the staff, all on campus. Because, again, this is certainly not a text you want to get from your child about this situation that may be going on. Of course, his heart goes out to the family of these officers who obviously were killed in this shooting. And, of course, this is a situation we will continue to monitor throughout the night right here on NBC 12. Live and on your side in Chesterfield, KARINA, BOLSTER, NBC 12 News.
Okay, KARINA, thank you. And stay with NBC.